Capricorn, hey, what's going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy for the next week or so via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. We are officially in Leo season. We had just coming off of a new moon in Leo. The energy has been interesting. I think it's like really been provoking a lot of emotion, a lot of feeling, just kind of feeling the feels, yes, but in this way of discomfort and distress and almost like, okay, what am I going to do with this now? Like, I recognize this is what it is. There might not be a lot of movement in situations right now. We have 4 planets in retrograde. And they are really highlighting where the disconnects are coming into play. And it is forcing us to go back to the drawing board, especially because Leo energy encourages us to connect with our wants, our needs, our desires, really putting ourselves first, letting our proverbial light shine, so to speak, and not letting people, situations dampen that, so to speak. It's hard because some of those people, some of those situations are people that we love, that we care about, that maybe it's uncomfortable to kind of navigate some of the changes with or enforce those changes where necessary. But it's also helping us to be stronger, to be more empowered, to grow, evolve, be a better version of ourselves, so to speak. I know a lot of that is not fun. It's a lot of what we are going through right now. There's good things that are happening too, but a lot of this right now until like probably November-ish, it's more lessons, it's more learning lessons and how we're integrating those lessons. That is why I like to start our readings off with an energy cleansing. Just set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out those places where we are feeling blocked or limited. It's a really good time to set your own intention as well, especially if you've come in with something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around, Capricorn. Definitely be open, give over what the desires of your heart are and be open to receive. It's a really good way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, or if you are interested in more of that realignment of self, your mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we are aligned in self, when we honor ourselves, when we give to ourselves, that's where we are able to like manifest happiness, abundance, success. We have to know who we are and what we want, right? When we're disconnected, it just like doesn't work as well, unfortunately. And I would love to help support in whatever way possible. Definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being, so it may see and understand these messages clearly, help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. All right, Capricorn. So I'm kind of hearing like you're in this place or moving into this week, like this energy of like either something, you've kind of overcome something and maybe it doesn't feel as good as what you thought it would, or maybe you thought it would like kind of just change your overall disposition and it's not doing that so much. Because what I'm seeing is you trying to keep it together, just like trying to be okay, trying to be happy, it's like you're really diving into your Capricorn energy of strength and stability, but it might be a little bit to your detriment. I'm sorry. I don't mean that in a rude way. I mean, if it resonates with you, definitely take it. If not, it might not be for you. So this value of like, pushing yourself in a certain direction, 100%. I love this. Jupiter energy is in focus for you, which is a really powerful energy because it is about our abundance. And it's also about like how people, situations, dynamics will work with us in order to achieve that. So often that energy is about reciprocity. It's not, yes, it is about choosing the right people, the right situations, but it's also recognizing the people and situations that are like, it doesn't have to be an equal 50-50, but like doing some of the work, right? Like giving you what you need in order to be successful and in order to thrive. And it looks like some of that has been challenged, right? Like I said, like it feels like you've gotten over something that was an obstacle that did kind of force you to go back to the drawing board. It did force you to do some level of introspection, reflection. And I like this because this week you're dreaming of what your abundance is going to look like. And I think a lot of this is happening because maybe certain decisions haven't been as life-altering as anticipated. Like I said, it doesn't feel like a bad thing. And I don't know that you're upset about it per se. I don't see you wallowing in misery. I feel like you're done, you're over with something, you're ready to move on to the next thing. But you also want it to like serve a purpose, right? Like you don't want everything to be in vain. That's a difficult energy right now in the astrology because we're not getting a lot of validation for the things we're doing right. Like the validation is coming through that Saturn energy, Saturn and Neptune in Aries on top of each other, and both are in retrograde. And so it's really forcing us to like listen to ourselves, do the hard work, and that in and of itself is like the success. That's the prize, that's the reward. And I feel like that's a little bit of the energy that you're in this week. Part of where you're feeling blocked, part of where you're feeling maybe spirit, universe, God, however you understand it, didn't deliver on their end. I'm also hearing though, like we're supposed to move slower right now. We have those 4 planets in retrograde. Retrogrades do naturally slow things down. Mars is in Virgo for the next little bit, and it's asking us to build a solid foundation for ourselves. It looks like you're used to juggling a lot. It looks like you're used to kind of working with the flow. I don't know, like I almost feel like you don't have as much going on this week. And that's this part of you that's left to fantasize, to dream about what the future is going to look like. It does look like something is surrounding you that can actually benefit you. Something that maybe, it looks like it's something that has maybe come across your radar before in the past, but you didn't pick it up. Or this situation said no thank you. There's something that's on your mind, it looks like. There's something that's on your mind. It looks like you've kind of gotten through, like I said, probably a bajillion times at this point. You've gotten through something that was a little bit hard, a little bit messy, and you felt led to do this. And now that you're in this space, it's reassessing where you're at and like where you can go next. But there's also something in the background, and it kind of looks like you're thinking about this 100%. It's on your mind. It looks like something that didn't really get off the ground. It looks like something that maybe started but then closed out quite quickly. You feel like you might want to interact with this thing, or you might want to reintegrate, or just feel the energy out is what I'm seeing with the 2 of Swords. It's a hard decision for you to make right now because you don't know what your approach is. You don't know what your approach is. You don't know what you want it to be. I think you can take a couple different approaches. And honestly, the reason that this is coming up is because the way you do approach this thing, if you end up doing it, I'm seeing you in indecision. You're like, I'm not really ready yet. I don't know if I'm going to do this. if you do this, then how you approach it will greatly matter what your results are. Maybe that goes without saying, but it's like you have two options. And I think that's the hard thing for you to make a decision around, because one option saves face. One option is a little more egocentric. One option is something that like feels authentically true for you. I don't think you're trying to like put on a facade by any means, but at the same time, it's not vulnerable. It's not authentic. King of Cups knows how to, oh my gosh, okay, duh, Deborah, I didn't even see that. We have King and Queen of Cups. Which is signifying a good connection. But that's also two people, two individuals who are knowing how to connect, how to talk, how to interact with one another. It looks like there are some hidden things that need to come to the surface. 7 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, like some honest conversation. That's what I was saying, right? Like it's just honest and vulnerable conversation. And maybe you're just not quite ready yet. You're not quite ready yet. You see things moving, and I'm hearing maybe you just like don't want to miss an opportunity, but again, you're not sold on this opportunity hook, line, and sinker. And it does look like you're taking your time for whatever reason. Let's kind of see why. 5 of Cups. It's a hard thing to talk about. It's not so easy. It's hard to be vulnerable. Page of Cups. Because there are some things that are humbling about this. 3 of Swords. And I don't know if this is like from your end or from their end, but it kind of does look like some hard truths need to be put on the table. And that's where some of this resistance is coming into play. I don't know, whomever, whatever you're dealing with, they're in this vibe of like, it is what it is. Like it didn't get off the ground. And so I'm making other choices. Like I'm not going to be sitting around waiting around for this too long. Also, they do have this 5 of Wands. It's a competing, conflicting energy. Like I don't think they're like out to get you or compete against you, but it is this energy of like someone's feeling really conflicted about how things have gone. And maybe this is what you're picking up. It's the disappointment. It's wishing that it really hadn't taken this turn, but it did. And so that's where I feel like this challenge is coming into play, or why you're being challenged. I want to just like, let me clarify. Okay, 4 of Wands, Justice, 3 of Pentacles. So it's someone who just like made a decision like based on what was happening. And this really looks like it was kind of just like the best decision that they could have made for themselves. And honestly, it looks like to some capacity you agree with it. Maybe you didn't like it, but you agree with it. There is this level of like humility that's playing out in the astrology, in the collective right now, where some of the work we have to do is in self-reflection, is kind of understanding how we played out in a dynamic, or where there could have been things that really didn't help or serve us, i.e. where those breakthroughs are coming into play. And I'm hearing with this breakthrough card, it's like, this is information that's actually going to help you, Capricorn. Like maybe once upon a time you weren't able to hear it, you weren't able to see it. But this is basically saying like you're close to this, and it's actually going to help with that initial feeling I was picking up around like a little bit of discontent, or like wanting something, like you did something because you knew it was right, but it's almost like you don't have the pieces to the puzzle until you manage the situation, is what I'm hearing. It's not an easy one. It's not something you necessarily want to go back to. I feel like that's kind of why you're on the like back and forth. But trusting the process, Spirit has your back. I know that's so cliche. you know, I think that, like, here's the thing, it's just going to benefit you. That's the thing. It's going to benefit you in the long run. So, like, yes, you don't have to address it. You can just kind of let it be whatever it is. It just means that all this is going to take a little bit longer to shake out or to iron itself out. Where if you are more proactive, you have the strength, you have the courage, it is within you, then you're going to see that breakthrough, right? You're a little afraid, and don't be, you know, maybe that's easier said than done, but I think like you're a really strong sign. You have the capability, you have the tenacity to do it, and you know what's right for you. In this moment, you know what's right for you. And so actually just like give yourself that, honor yourself in that way. It's going to work out way more fluidly, way more beneficially than if you kind of keep resisting. You're just going to stay in that turmoil, and you don't want to be there, right? So I hope this reading helped, Capricorn. Thank you so much for your time, energy, always. I super appreciate you, all the good vibes, the support you bring to the channel. Thank you so much. Definitely drop comments below if it resonated. I'd love to hear, or just say, hey, share, and a little love, little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support you brought to the channel. No, I'm sending it back your way.